Oh, so today we don't have our lights all on. Hold on. It's a nice blue over there. So today we're actually looking at this new handheld mic system from a company called Catefo. And we've done some of their wireless, like lav style mics that, bang for buck, pretty decent, usually fairly inexpensive, which is nice. But this is their new Rig mic. It's a mic, flag, and foam mic. So it has all that included. So you can kind of label it, look kind of interviewee, play the part. You know what I'm saying? These are not expensive, which is actually really nice. I'll find the actual price, but Canadian, I think it's like $50 or something like that. Anyways, digital output, noise canceling, cardioid pattern, mute function, long time battery, and a quarter-inch extension. And as you can see also on the bottom here, uh, it's your handheld microphone, right? You have one-touch noise canceling, double tap mute function, universal compatibility because it comes with all kinds of adapters. So it works seamlessly with smartphones, lightning devices, computers, and more. 60-hour long battery life. That's pretty good. So if you wanted to take this, let's say you were going to do like a trade show. So let's say next year I wanted to go to the NAB show in Vegas. 60 hours, I could charge this thing once and be good pretty much for the whole show. Foam windscreen included and a customizable mic flag. So very cool. I think this is a kind of neat. And these are who it's for. You can see there, right? So all kinds of different scenarios. You could set this up with a desk. Now, I don't think it comes with any kind of mic stand, but you guys could invest in a mic stand because it does look like it says it has some kind of quarter-inch mount on it. So mic stands on Amazon are fairly inexpensive. Anyways, let's just open this up here. And again, hopefully that fits in there. We can see it. Yes? And it opens up from the bottom. Well, here we go. So it kind of opens up this way. I got it, right? You lift up. Okay. I'm with you. Oh, and it comes in the case. Super happy. There we go. I was all like, this box is going to be a bit of an annoyance. Nope. Comes in the case. So there we have it. I should turn this light on. Does that help? I think so. Anyways, doesn't have any branding on the actual case, which actually is kind of nice. I do like the yellow. Makes it a little easier to notice if you're looking for it, let's say in another bag. So we have our little manual here. So one side is going to be, looks like Chinese probably, and the other side is English. So we do have all our functionality. We have our how our little dongles kind of work, how to pair. That's our big one, right? Turn on the microphone, short press power button 3 times. The indicator will be flash blue light. Not the greatest English, I will say that. Connect receiver to your device. Insert the pairing pin into the pairing pinhole of the receiver. Press hard. Oh, little pinholes. Okay. Handheld microphone and receiver will pair automatically. The indicator will be solid blue. If not, please repeat. Okay. So in theory, simple. I'm not down necessarily if I have to carry a little pin. I'm guessing this is the pin. So I would take this pin, right, and make sure that this would be in this little container all the time, because it sounds like if it loses pairing, it may be important to have. These are going to be some rings. Rings, I'm sure we don't need them now. These are going to be spares. My guess would be it's for this here. You would put them inside. Yeah, so see right in this area, maybe there's little, it looks like little rings, and that's going to help this. As you can tell, my guess would be you could put them on here just to help this not move around as much. But I do like the fact that they give you this. You could be like, what's right? Label out, so it's always on the camera, right? Label in, label out, label in. That's cool. All right. You also get they fell out. You also get, there's your USB-C dongle. So this is going to be your receiver. You get a lightning here, and you get a number 8. So type A. So every one of these really is based off the USB-C. This USB-C is the actual piece. So as you can see here, this could go into the lightning. So now you got lightning adapter, or this could go into your USB-A to give you USB-A, depending on how you're actually connecting this. Now for a Mac and an iPhone and an iPad, right now. For me, if you're Mac based, really, that's kind of all you need. If you have an older Apple device, the Lightning, and if you don't have USB-C on your computer, then you have your USB-A. So all that's kind of cool. But anyways, let's try this fella here. We're gonna use that one. Okay, we're gonna zip this up. We're gonna actually put those in there because that is important. Oh, and you get a little USB-A to USB-C charging cable. So charging again, important for us. Anyway, this is it. There is a power button right here. This is going to be a USB for charging the actual microphone. Of course, these don't need to be charged because these are going to be inside a device that's supplying power anyway. And there's your 1/4 inch. So if you did want to mount this, like I said, nice thing is you don't even have to have a microphone stand, right? If you had like a set of legs, right? This is simply goes on this, right? I take this off. Maybe that's what we'll do. And put this on, and now you have your microphone for on the desk, right? Just kind of set that up right there. Boom. Okay, because a lot of us have these, and these are inexpensive, right? You don't have to pay much for these. And then when you want to go pro, you take this off, put your little thing on there with your name. Yes. Okay. All right. So, anyways, what does it say? I already don't remember what it says. Does it say triple click this? 1, 2, 3. No, just long. So I got a blue flashing, but now the thing is I have to get this to flash, and that's where you need that pin, which I put away already. So let me grab that. I don't know if this pin is any different really than, a standard SIM card remover, but keep it handy just in case. Now, my other thought would be this is probably needs some kind of power. Yeah, so we'll put it in my phone. So I got blue. Oh, the nice thing is these are already set up, so they auto paired. So my guess is if they lose pairing, that's where you and I want to probably make sure, right, that we have this pin. Okay, that's all right. So audio-wise now, you and I have been listening to this audio, of course, from my camera setup here. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to take this, spin this around. I don't need this right there now. That. Okay. Put that on my desk. This is all connected. So if I went into, let's say, Blackmagic, which is a lot of times is one of the programs I use for audio testing. And this should come up in the settings for audio. Let's see, it says right now iPhone mic. But as you can see, USB audio 1.0. So I'm going to switch to that. Back to my camera. I could set this down on the desk. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, and we're still going to use this, but I am going to switch recording now to this microphone. So I'm going to put it fairly close. And now what you are hearing is actually this Catefo RigMic. So again, the nice thing about this is that it does come with the adapters. All really are based on the USB-C adapter, but because of this, you now do have that ability to plug into an older iPhone, an iPad, an Android tablet, an Android phone, Mac computer, Windows computer, anything that kind of uses USB-A, USB-C, or Lightning. And again, you guys can, possibly see the microphone. I don't think it would necessarily have to be right in front of my mouth, but as an interview style microphone, I'll just hold it like this now, right? I could spin around. You guys should still be able to hear me, because if it was using my normal mics, that wouldn't be a thing, right? Come up here. I could be like, hey, what's going on? I'm looking all professional, right? You could probably even use this as a microphone that's set up here out of shot. You'll know right now because you're hearing the audio, of course. But because it has a fairly, that cardioid pattern, it's not going to be like a shotgun mic, so it is going to pick up a lot more sound in and around the area. So just make sure that your area is fairly quiet. Anyways, we'll put this back down here. Again, I don't necessarily know how all that audio would sound, but I do like the idea of it. When they say, you can use this for interviews, you can use this for content creation, you can use it for whatever. Has the foam protector on the microphone, which means that if you're out in a bit of wind, you should be good. Seems fairly, like, I want to say industry standard size wise. So if I take this off, right, you guys can see the actual microphone right there. Yes, right there it is, right there. That's the microphone. You know, is it anything super impressive? Well, you know what? You got to think of the price point, right? So because this is fairly inexpensive, I'd say it's doing a pretty good job. Anyways, I'm going to leave you guys there. Again, this is the Catefo. Again, if I'm botching that name, I apologize. Anyway, it's the RigMic. I think if you're on a budget and you're looking for a microphone that's kind of like a do everything that you kind of want it to do, outside of being a lav mic, of course, may not be a bad option. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you there. Links will be in the description. If you purchase from the link, it does help support the channel. This was sent to me from Catefo, and I will see you guys later. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and more videos coming. Later.